Well, I guess I would say I'd like to thank Cruse again for coming here and doing a video shoot or doing a picture shoot. We've, done about 3 or 4 throughout the years.
3 or 4,
and got some real nice stuff coming. Cruz you always been a great model, and always real patient, always work with us, never in a rush and stuff like that. And I just want to say that, we do appreciate you. We appreciate it, Cruz, sticking with us through the ups and the downs and everything. So, remember that one time we did when we was doing the first commercial shoot, that one that didn't work out then? And the guy interviewed you and was talking about waves and like, what does 360 waves mean? And and you was breaking down the science of it. And so we don't have that footage. And I thought it would be interesting to kind of put that out there to people, to let them know like it's more than just a good look.
So you're basically saying, what does WAVE stand for, or what do they represent?
What does WAVE stand for, represent?
WAVE pretty much, it kind of says that you have a lot of dedication to something. Like if you can sit in the bathroom for 3 hours brushing your hair, there's no way you can go out there in the job force and apply the same dedication and passion. So, waves represent dedication, passion. You loyal to that brush that you're using. You got to stick to a specific brush. So waves is dedication. You got to stick to it. If you don't stick to it, it's not gonna work. So
it's like the persistence of it all.
You got to stay persistent. You got to do it every day. You can't be slacking on it. Waves. The logic of waves is just like any aspect of life. Marriage, relationship. In order for anything to work, you have to be consistent with it. So you have to. That dedication has to be there. If you don't have the dedication, nothing will work. Marriage won't work. Waves won't come in. You can't do, well, I'm going to do it this day. It's just like practicing with sports. You got to stay dedicated to learning how to do a crossover. If you're not going to do that, you're going to lose your step. So, same with the waves. You got to stay dedicated to that.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, that's how I feel. Well, I guess enough said. I mean, that's like, who else to hear from but, one of the biggest wavers of all time. If not the biggest. For such a long time, and but I liked it when you said that, because it struck a chord with me when you did that, when we did the one shoot, because I just looked at it as far as my business, or Crown Quality Products, and the dedication and sticking with it. Like, it wasn't easy for me. It wasn't easy to get the brush made. It wasn't easy to get it out here, and had to go all around the country selling it. And pushing it, and but I stuck and stayed with it. It was just like when I was making brushes by hand and formulating the brushes, I was just like, I heard a guy say, if you could work on your dream 10 minutes a day, if you can dedicate yourself to just give 10 minutes a day, then that'll be doing a lot. And in the Bible said, the diligent hand shall make rich. So I took diligence as far as giving a consistent effort. So 10 minutes a day turned into 30 minutes, was turned into an hour, and I'm working on wood and doing it, and my passion, it fueled my passion. And I think that's why with waves, like, when you see results start coming, and with the waves, it make you want to do even more. And then it's almost like you become addicted to brushing, Now, I don't have no hair anymore, but but when I did, my waves was hitting. That's the old video out there. I had some 280s. But, and your waves was nice, the first commercial shoot. They was always deep, but then I called you and you got your waves cut off, and I was like, man, why'd you do that? Because we wanted to shoot something else. And you said, no, but I didn't know you was going to call. And when you came back for the next time, your waves, you had this like the 720s, like hitting, all connecting. And before I was like, well, they were sweet, but they weren't all connecting like that. I said, man, how you get them all connected like that? And you told me you was using the premium brush I gave you. So
when I got that premium brush, that's when I scalped my waves all off, because I wanted to start over. I didn't feel like they was as good as they could have been. And then I got that premium. I think, was it like a soft, or I think it was a soft, medium soft. And when I scalped, I was in the bathroom 5 hours a day. And my hands became numb. So it's like I couldn't feel it at the end, but I knew what the end result was gonna be. So 6 hours a day in the bathroom, and they came back. 3 weeks they was back. They weren't connected, but I knew what I had to do to get them better than what they was before, as far as the connections and the definition. So got that premium. I stuck with that premium for like a month or two, and then I went up to the medium brush. I think it was the blue medium crown brush, and then it was back in there. So that falls along to what I was saying earlier, the dedication. If you're not dedicated to it, they're not gonna come in. So you want to make money, you can't have this attitude one day, and then the next day you be lazy because you're gonna lose money. So if you want to make money, you got to be dedicated. You want your waves in there deep, connected, you got to be dedicated. So unless you want to look sloppy, but you got to stay dedicated to that. So got that premium, went to work, dedicated. They came in better than, because the first time I was cool with it, but people was kind of overhyping it, how my waves were, and I'm like, okay, I know what my waves really look like. I know the truth, so I cut them off. Let me use this premium, see what this gonna do. Came back real quick. So dedication.
What would you say the best bristles in any brush are? The premium.
I like the premium. My favorite one is the premium, but it's like for my hair length, I'm mainly rocking with medium brushes. But like when I get a lower cut, like I have a lower cut now, the premium is the perfect brush for a fresh cut. So that's just me.
Yeah.
So what to you? What does Crown Quality Products represent? Does it represent like dedication, or?
It represents dedication, determination, and it represents royalty to me, like a higher standard of excellence. Like that's why we want the brush to. The brush, it came out. We knew that. Well, we hoped that it would hit, and when I started using on customers, I saw the results it was getting, and I knew that it was a winner. But I want the Crown Quality. What we really want to do is raise self-esteem in the young people and just people in general in our community, and then also create wealth in our community. Like so, having people that's not usually retailing brushes, like barbershops, beauty salons, getting them into retailing brushes and now other products, and then letting them make a nice amount of money, not just letting them make a little amount of money, but letting them double their money and triple their money. So Crown, we want to, it just means royalty to me. It means, and now with the commercial, we transcending almost to another level beyond royalty, and that's what it means to me, and I don't care for people mocking Crown and with royalty and how we came out with kings and queens and showing things like that, but I understand that it's all in the game, and I understand that people want to piggyback off our success, and that's what somebody would do, but we're innovative, we're creative, and we have a lot of new stuff, a lot of new innovations. We got something, we taking it to a whole nother level. We've been in the lab for about 2 years now. We got a lot of good stuff. We don't come out with just nothing. We want to come out with stuff that make people be like, dang, did you see that? Like, I've never wanted to be a type. That's what Crown represents. I guess it represents me in a type of way. Like, I never wanted to be the guy be like, oh yeah, my man is cool. I'd rather be bummy every day and then have one outfit that's just out cold. Like that's the type of guy I am. If they not talking about you tomorrow, they forgot about you yesterday. To make that splash, to make that impression, that gives you that name, that creates that value. But people say, well, he can, that Crown, they gonna put something together. They say they in the lab. They in the lab. So I don't know if I answered that real good, but
yeah, I got it. So I'm sure you know that the wave game is like it's overly saturated with all types of new products, especially new brushes. Everybody coming out with the curved design now.
Yeah.
It's like at this point now, how do you separate Crown Quality Products from the rest?
I would say Crown. A lot of people that has, I haven't seen anybody come out. Does anybody have anything that's like? Remember when the armadillo came out? I kind of, but listen, I could respect that because it was designed different.
It was different.
And so now, in retrospect, I have respect for that. But everything else is just a kind of carbon copy of our brush. You know, it's just the same thing of our original brush. But so now that's why 2 years ago we really were in the lab and just creating something new, something even better. Like I have an invention that I can't even come on with because it could almost knock the hairbrush out of. Because this is something that, I mean, it would make getting waves real easy. And if I showed you, and if I showed a barber or anybody like that, they would be like, dang, how come I didn't think of that? Mm-hmm. It's another one of those. So we got that. We got some new ones coming out that's on a whole nother level, you know, and that's what we had to do. Just so we saw the, you know, the ones, the same, the copies, the knockoffs coming out. Right. So I was just in the lab, like, you know, developing new stuff, you know. Right. And so that's what we ready to drop. So that's why we want to drop everything at once, the commercial, everything, you know.
So last question, like what drives you to keep the product or the business going? Like what fuels you to, you know?
I guess it's like the young lady I seen in the bank today. She seen me with the jacket on. And I'm telling the truth too. And the kids, and just like, oh, when she saw, oh, that's Crown, y'all make clothes. We're like, no, the hairbrush. She's like, oh, my brother love your brush. My boyfriend love the brushes. And so I like that to see the excitement that it puts in people. Us being from Detroit, or me, you know, Crown being from Detroit, Cruse, of course, from Chicago, and just distributing in our communities and creating wealth. And people like, man, by selling them brushes, I was able to get a new washer and dryer. I was able to get my kids this for Christmas, and that they'll call me and tell me stuff like this, and that is really what drives me. If you look how Crown, how we carry ourselves, you can call us, we answer the phone. You can, you know, people can spew lies and things like that on you, but we carry ourselves with dignity. We carry ourselves as though we're royalty. We go into schools, we give away brushes. I do presentations, I do speeches. So we got a documentary coming out talking about a lot of that stuff, showing that stuff. So we just been we've been doing a little bit of playing possum. You know, like people, I just want to make this for the record. It was people, some more people online, oh, Crown out of business, or Crown out of business. When people were saying that, we was having, they were saying that maybe 5 months ago or something like that, we were having record sales. But we do a lot of wholesale too, you know, because we want to circulate that dollar, you know. Oh, yeah, but Crown in a few, the Crown's going to take it to the top. I do sincerely believe that God has already ordained that we will be the #1 hairbrush manufacturer in the world over. You know, I do believe that. I don't think anybody can compete with us when it comes to ingenuity and knowing hair. Who better else to solve our problems than someone that's closest to it? You know, like. So now the brush been the same for 400, 500 years, who knows? But then we come out and say, why don't we make it a little curved so it grips a little better and this and that? And and we help to solve that problem where you can at least get your waves going a lot faster.